Hello, so this is going to be my first YouTube video upload in a long time, completely unrelated to my other two, which were just for school. And as you can see, I'm pretty new at this. I'm filming in a crappy lit room on a crappy phone, so the audio and visual quality is going to be pretty bad for the first, I don't know, however long I do this for. I just wanted to document my Invisalign journey, and I just was looking through YouTube to find videos of just vloggers or anything that might help me to know what's gonna come. And I know a lot of people are new to Invisalign simply because it's just not as affordable as the traditional braces option. I'm 21 years old and I decided to straighten out my teeth because I finally have the financial means to, and because I finally just took the step where my mom kept saying, oh, you're gonna get braces, and never did. So I'm here. It's gonna be tomorrow when I actually get them on. As you can see, I've already had extractions. They took my premolars out, so 4 of them. There's no way I could have done it without extractions. Basically, my teeth are too big for my face, and I do have an overbite, so that will correct both of those problems with giving me enough room and fixing that overbite. So I watched a lot of videos, and a lot of the people who got Invisalign had teeth that looked nowhere nearly as bad as mine. So that made me worry a little bit because their results were not as quickly as I thought it was going to be, and they seem to have needed a lot less work. So basically, these are my teeth. So you can see, and I clamp down, my teeth stick out. I usually can't tell if it's just a picture from the front. If I smile, my teeth are usually okay because they do pass as like flattened, but once I'm talking and my bottom teeth are actually the worst. And the ones they took out were actually pretty straight. But I'm doing it through a company called Swanky Smiles, and they actually came to my house and took the 3D imprint of my bite. I had gotten an evaluation done before through a orthodontist office, and I actually went there and they quoted me for, I think it was almost $6,000, and I would have to put $2,000 down, and then their monthly payments would be $300, and I would be done paying them in a year. And they said that the treatment would be around 2 years, and they hadn't mentioned extractions. And I had heard that you'd had to get some done, and then someone told me you didn't. Basically, I decided not to do it at the time because it was either getting Invisalign or getting a car, so I chose getting a car. But now, months later, I looked into it. I've actually found the company on Instagram, which I know sounds a little shady, and I'm still a little bit worried about it, but they have really good reviews. It's basically a mobile clinic, and they come to your house or your workplace, and they do all the appointments then and there, and then every time you need new trays, they come in, or they mail them to you. So basically tomorrow they're going to put the attachments in, which is a little scary because I've seen all the attachments can be very sharp, and depending on how many of them you have put in, they can actually be very visible, which I don't really care about. It's still better than braces in my opinion, because braces are big old metal in your mouth and you can never take it out. So the good thing about Invisalign is that you can take them out when you need to eat or clean your teeth, so they won't stain as much. And for me, it's a pro as well that you can actually control your intake of sugar and staining drinks that you usually can consume without really thinking about, like tea and Coke and everything like that. So basically, I'm excited. And I just wanted to document my experience with Invisalign because my teeth are so messed up that I really feel like people will benefit from it, because my mom personally does not believe that it will work. And I guess we'll see. I think it'll be at least 5 years that I'm wearing Invisalign. I'm not sure about how many trays. The orthodontist who did my treatment did let me know we would do a whole year of it, and then a whole 2 years of it, I'm sorry, and then he would reevaluate my teeth then and determine how much longer he wanted me to wear them for. but because of my excessive crowding, I think it'll be a long time, which if it really fixes my smile, I don't care. And the Swanky Smiles is actually pretty easy. It's $1 down, and then you pay $100 a month until you finish your payments, so there's no interest. You can always pay more. You have to pay a minimum of $100, and you basically can start the payments right when you start the treatment. So if you need the extractions, or need some other work done, if you have to get a cavity filled, which has to be done before your treatment, then you can put it off until you actually get your first tray, which I thought was pretty neat. So the dentist, that you can use your regular dentist for all the other treatment, and the orthodontist that works with the Swanky Smiles is actually the one treating you for Invisalign. So it doesn't have to be through your dentist office, or it doesn't have to be through any sort of specific orthodontist office. So hopefully by next year I will have significant improvement in my smile, because I'm getting married. So pretty excited for that too. Here's another close-up. And they also let me know that it would fix kind of how my lips don't align together. It would make it more aligned. So I'm also pretty excited about that. Yeah, basically that's gonna be a little short videos every update I get. My teeth are pretty sensitive right now because I had the 4 teeth extracted. My teeth are kind of shifting, I feel. So just whenever I bite them, they're very sensitive. The extractions weren't bad at all. I had gotten my wisdom teeth also taken out a couple years ago, and that was way worse than the premolars. With the premolars getting extracted, I was eating kind of normal the following day, of course a little bit slower and more small bites, but they're pretty much healing. The bottom ones I feel are healing much faster, but I only had 1 root in the bottoms. The tops, I don't know if you can tell, but they're discolored. They're a little brown. And they are pretty sore. But as long as you follow instructions with extractions, it's fine. I do have dental insurance that covered 80% of them, so that's an added cost that you need to think about when deciding to get Invisalign. But even with the braces, you have to get extractions done anyway. For the most part, I feel. My sister had braces, and she had to definitely get the same extractions I had to, and that was an added cost as well. So even when you're thinking about the treatment, the cost they give you will not always be the same amount that you pay in the end, because of the added things you have to do before getting the treatment started, such as cavities filled or extractions. So yeah, basically that's it. This is more like a rant. I don't have a script or anything, but I'm just my thoughts right now, right before starting treatment. Tomorrow I have an appointment with them at 4:30. That's another thing I read, getting your treatment started at night so your teeth start the adjustment process, that they're going to be more sensitive the first couple days, up to 3 or 4 days actually. When you get the first tray in, or you get your first new tray in, that's when their shifting really happens, and then for the following 2 weeks, it's kind of just solidifying that, that shifting, and every new tray is just a little millimeter tighter, and it's moving it toward the spot where you ideally want your teeth to be. So that's basically how Invisalign works, if you guys didn't know. It just moves it tiny little bit at a time, so you actually can tell the difference after a long time of the little tiny movements. That's when your teeth get straight, but you switch them out every time you get a new tray. It moves just a little bit more. So the first few days with a new tray, always more sensitive. So I'm already sensitive. It's probably going to be just as bad, or maybe a little bit worse than that. That's what I'm expecting. I'm also expecting having a little bit of a lisp, which I feel like I already kind of have since I got my extraction done last Thursday. It's Monday now. I'm sorry, it's Tuesday now, and so it's been almost a few days, and I'm still getting used to talking without my teeth there, so I'll have to get used to talking with a tray in. So that's another thing. And people have complained about having lisp or the sharp edges, which honestly I don't really mind, especially because metal mouth over a little bit of plastic. I don't know. I don't see it as being that bad. Yeah, so if you just want to go on this journey with me, feel free. I'm not really a YouTuber. I don't really do much stuff like that. Just want to get my thoughts out there for anybody if you ever consider doing Invisalign and your teeth look this bad. You know, just see, you know, you can look through and see what happened. Okay, good night.